And as to continue to transition bishop b4, pinning the knight, undermining this perfection of this pawn, and my opponent makes the first inaccuracy. Why is it an inaccuracy? Takes, and this pawn becomes loose, and I'm able to immediately counter-strike the center, or, which I go bishop takes, and give away the bishop pair, and I decide to go d5 to try to immediately strike at the center. Which is actually the best idea to block out this bishop, and it wasn't the best idea. I found the best refusion against it, and white has I would say I'm going to say white's practically better, +1. The bishop pair and locking out my only strong bishop, so that's not going to be good. And I simply made that mistake. So I decided to go bishop a6, saying, okay, if I'm going to go ahead and have a terrible bishop, I'm rather give up the bishop for the knight, trade off one of the bishop pairs, and force black to play on this bishop, and the play with his dark trade bishop in a closed center position. So he has one bishop, a knight, queen, rook, all that, while I have two knights. Bishop a6, takes, and I'm able to chop away 0.10 of the advantage away. Castles, I have to go knight to e7, bishop d2, a beautiful reroute. Probably maybe threatening g5. I decide to castle, and immediately go c3, which tells me white wants to go for a very strong attack and absolutely rip my king apart, because the center is locked. All white's minor pieces looking towards the king. The rooks have a lot of avenues to come in, and a lot of deadly options are brewing for black. If I give white enough time, I'm gonna get absolutely obliterated off the board. So immediately go c5, undermining the center, trying to destroy the locked center. Queen c2, keeping the tension. h6, stopping knight g5 or bishop g5. Rook a to e1, trying to rook lift to e3. Knight to b8, trying to reroute the knight to come and support the king side. Rook e3. Knight to b... actually going to reroute. Going to basically coordinate the knights here to try and trade off this center as efficiently as possible to liberate my pieces in the fight for the DNC files. So knight h4. What is he going for knight h4? Maybe to go here and kind of play off this pin. I don't really see it. And then pawn takes, immediately I'm able to rip apart the center, and black's able to rip the advantage back. I move out of the line, and I say, okay, I know that I want to get out of the pin, and I have enough of these queen and rook to kind of slowly slide over and defend. But my job is to neutralize the attack. So bishop takes h6, which is a technical mistake if I find the only combination refusion, where h6, h8, g6, and the rook has a very strong file, and the queen would be able to infiltrate. If this pawn wasn't here, this queen would be able to infiltrate here and get basically an absolutely much more pressure. This pawn is really the key defender. So opponent decides to go d2 to try to maybe take the pawn here or check, perhaps. Threatening that, I decide to go knight to g8 to immediately defend the threat. f4, mistake. It seems very silly. I mean, I could probably. He hangs the knight, and then I sit here and I calculate for over a minute and 10 seconds, and I ask myself, okay, the queen is on the dark squares. These pawns block the queen like this. It's gonna take 2 to 3 tempo to get the queen back active. What do I want to do here? I know that my queen is basically stuck. Can't go here, 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 can't go here. Way too passive, and just hangs the queen. So, through process of elimination and asking myself what I should do, I'm like, why not just sacrifice the queen, damage the pawn structure, and give myself a beautiful white double isolated pawns. So I sit here, I calculate, queen takes, pawn takes c3, right, to rip apart this pawn structure to gain the 2 to 1 pawn majority. T takes, and then I decide to reroute the knight to the king side to fixate this pawn. So I do it. Takes, pawn takes, knight reroutes, pawn push, knight reroutes again to f5, and then a4, rook fc8, and I absolutely destroy white's coordination. His pawns are way too much pawn weaknesses. His white and queen, the queen and the rook are forced to be on dark squares to passively defend as many threats as possible. But number one, a threat in this pawn majority and these rooks on open files, and this knight, beautiful active knight here, is absolute compensation for white's passive defense. So rook c4 immediately infiltrating, targeting all the pawn weaknesses and pawn islands. Rook g2, rook c8 to c8, putting more pressure. h3, rerouting the knight, potentially going to here or maybe here, depending. Not here because it would interfere with the rooks. But queen e2, I decided to fly my rook over to force some trades of material. And now it's a rook and a knight versus queen, which is always better for the rook and minor piece if they are more active and coordinated. If I didn't have as good as a pawn structure, triangulate the king, then white would be able to fight for a draw, but the pawn structure is so terrible, threatening. Then immediately I take the pawn, and now I have a 2-to-1 pawn majority, and now it's just a textbook conversion. I decide to sacrifice the rook to trade off all the material and go to a pure knight in king endgame and push my pawn to victory. Push, 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 and then basically push these pawns together, 2 pawns at once, and I chase down the king, and I go check, up, put him in a box, put him in a box. King steps over, check over, down, down, check, there, check, 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 and checkmate. So what does this teach you? Number one, how did I win this game? By the principle of 2 weaknesses. Why did I do this queen sacrifice? After here, I made my only one major mistake this game by allowing the center to be locked. And I castled technically into an attack. Beautiful undermining of the pawn change, chipping out white center, taking the free material, and sacrificing my queen for all these terrible pawn weaknesses, saying that my 2 rooks and knight can target all these weaknesses, and white's defense is not strong enough or forces all the pieces to be passive, which my it wasn't brute force calculation, but pruning of a system, which is actually correct. The engine calls this inaccurate. I call this absolutely reasonable. This is an absolutely reasonable move to trade off all the material and to create an outside pass pawn and to push 2 pawns at once, forcing the king to make a decision, and then basically getting. I always like to shoulder. Always like me whenever I get a king and queen checkmate. Now I always like to bring the king in first and then the queen, and kind of put the king in a box like this, and then just shove the king through opposition. I never really been doing that until recently. And then basically I got a forced mate in 2-1. It all depends on what you want to do. I decided to go for the safe checkmate. And that's one of the most beautiful queen sacrifices I have in a while. What does this teach you? That a rook and a 2 minor pieces and a. What does this teach you after the sacrifice of the queen? Because you're gonna see it. Oh wait, number one, that 2 minor pieces and a rook are better than a queen. Even a rook and a minor piece, if there's active pawn weaknesses, are better than a queen. And forcing material off the board and trusting your endgame technique with a knight only and multiple pass pawns is more than enough compensation to win the game. So that's just one of the videos what I wanted to really teach about. These are one of the more advanced concepts and more, I would say, theoretically very more challenging and complicated. But when you see opportunities and you usually get that pattern recognition and that memory, make sure if you're going to sack your queen, create a bunch of pawn islands and get at least and be able to get at least a rook and a minor piece, or 2 rooks or a rook and 2 minor pieces as compensation. You could maybe do only 2 rooks, but it all depends on how many weaknesses and small other details like pass pawns and pawn majorities and stuff like that too. So that's all, gentlemen. I hope you guys learned something new, and I mean, that's all. Bye.